Oh, Oscar nominations, they dropped there. Some that we were kind of excited to see, some maybe not so much. Maybe
Yeah,
for some people,
stuff that we were surprised to see, stuff that we were surprised that didn't make it.
So let's bring up. So I got it right here. So let's go over the categories first and who's nominated and who we know about. So, best actor in a leading role, we got Bradley Cooper, Maestro; Coleman Domingo, Rustin; Paul Giamatti, The Holdovers; Cillian Murphy, Oppenheimer; Jeffrey Wright, American Fiction. Any surprises?
The surprise for me would have been Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. I mean, Coleman Domingo, he's always great. The movie's produced by Barack Obama, so of course that was probably going to go a long way with the Academy. But with American Fiction, I thought that the movie was like such an indictment on how the entertainment industry treats creators of color that I thought they wouldn't have gotten it. I mean, May December kind of got that same treatment.
Okay. So we got best actor in supporting role. We got Sterling K. Brown, American Fiction. I'm happy to see. I loved him in American Fiction. I think he's great. That's kind of surprised that he kind of got in there. Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon. That's kind of expected. So is Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer. So is Ryan Gosling, Barbie. Mark Ruffalo, Poor Things. So I love also Mark Ruffalo, Poor Things. I loved him in that.
No notes.
Best actress in a leading role. This is the big one that a lot of people talk about. Annette Bening, Nyad, which I did see Nyad, and I did see all these movies here. Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon, which I think it's pretty clear favorite that Lily Gladstone is the clear favorite here. Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall. Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall, which I saw that she is great in that. I just recently saw that. Carey Mulligan, Maestro. If I had any kind of issues, I would maybe take Annette Bening and Carey Mulligan out and maybe put in Tiana Taylor or Greta Lee. Tiana Taylor for 1001 and then Greta Lee for Past Lives. That's me though.
Yeah, as much as I liked Maestro, I'm actually surprised that Carey Mulligan got in an actress in the lead role. I was kind of surprised by that. And she did a great performance, but I was surprised by both her and Bradley Cooper being in the leading roles. I mean, they did great, but we had a lot of strong contenders this last year.
If I think it's between two people, it's between Lily Gladstone and Emma Stone, I think.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, but we're going to get back into this and bet the huge kind of thing there. Best actress in supporting role: Emily Blunt, Oppenheimer; Danielle Brooks, The Color Purple; America Ferrera, which was kind of a big surprise. I think I don't think a lot of people predicted America Ferrera.
Yeah, America Ferrera didn't earn that.
I would. Well, we're gonna get it. I would probably maybe take out America Ferrera for Barbie, and maybe put in. You could have done maybe Rachel McAdams for Are You There, God It's Me, Margaret.
I could definitely see that.
Or you could have done two. You could have done Emily Blunt and Florence Pugh for Oppenheimer, maybe. But okay. But then Jodie Foster Nyad, she's really good in Nyad. Jodie Foster is pretty good in that. She's really good. And then Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. I think it's probably between Divine Joy Randolph and Daniel.
Divine Joy Randolph, I think, is the favorite, especially off of winning the Golden Globe for supporting actress.
Yeah, she was great in that movie.
Yeah. The only person I can see maybe sneaking it is probably Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, maybe. Best animated feature. So The Boy and the Heron, Elemental. Elemental was cute.
Yeah, it was cute.
I would have put in TMNT Mutant Mayhem.
I would have.
Yeah. I'm not sure why. Like Elemental was fine. It's pretty all right.
It's Disney,
but it's best of
it's
everything
Disney
combined.
It's Disney, and the Oscars are shown on ABC.
Right? Okay. You know what? There you go.
You're never gonna get a Disney snub.
No, but Disney has already gotten a snub this year, where for the animated awards, not a single one of theirs was on it for like the first time since they were created in the 90s.
Wow.
Then you also have Nimona. I wasn't in love with Nimona as most people, but I'm glad it's there. Yeah. A lot of people seem to really love it. Brandon, did you watch Nimona?
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would. It's one of those, but I think I'm in the same boat as you. I don't enjoy it as much as other people, but it's a very good movie.
Yeah, I'm glad it made it in there. Robot Dreams. I haven't seen this
before.
I don't know what this movie is. Robot Dreams is kind of a surprise to me. And of course, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So I think it's probably in this category. It's going to be between Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and The Boy and the Heron. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna make it.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
I think it's probably gonna be The Boy and the Heron, if I had to say.
Yeah.
I think it's probably gonna be that.
Yeah, it's a clear favorite.
Did you want to skip over these and go to like director and then best picture?
Let's go to best director and best picture.
Okay. So best director, you have Justine Tourette for Anatomy of a Fall, Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, and Zone of Interest. You have Jonathan Glazer. I think Christopher Nolan is probably the clear guy.
I'd say Nolan is probably the favorite to win this, especially because I think this is the third time that he's been nominated.
Okay, yeah, because he was nominated for 1917.
No, he was nominated for Dunkirk. Yes,
Dunkirk. I get those fucking confused. Yeah, Dunkirk there. And then what else was he nominated for? Best Picture.
Interstellar? No.
Oh, maybe Interstellar. Was he?
Really?
I
don't know.
Yeah. So I think Christopher Nolan's the clear favorite here. And this one, only person I can maybe see winning is maybe Yorgos Lanthimos. Maybe. Maybe Martin Scorsese. I mean, Killers of the Flower Moon is also really great.
Yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon is an incredible film that I never want to watch again.
Yeah, kind of like Anatomy of a Fall.
Yeah.
Or Zone of Interest.
I've seen all these movies except Zone of Interest. I'm seeing Zone of Interest tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Nice.
Then let's go to Best Picture here. So Best Picture, you have American Fiction, which is good to see that get in. Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro. Honestly, I'd take out Maestro and I'd probably put in Blackberry. I'd probably put in Blackberry instead.
Yeah.
Or I'd put in that. Oppenheimer, Past Lives. Past Lives got in there. Great shot. Awesome. Favorite movie of the year. Poor Things, Zone of Interest. I think it's most likely it's going to be Oppenheimer's.
Yeah, I don't know. Killers of the Flower Moon has some strong competition. Although I am happy to see Past Lives there. I'm actually surprised that was snubbed as it was.
Yeah,
snubbed for all of the acting and best director awards. It
basically the humanity
got in there.
Yeah. Hey, that's my favorite movie. It got nominated. Indiana Jones and Dollar Destiny music.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Get out of here. John Williams, I love you.
Get your motherfucking ass out of here.
John, you were sleepwalking.
I was like, this was clearly, this should have gone. I'd take them out right away and put Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross for TMNT.
Or Daniel Pemberton for Spider-Verse.
Either of those.
One of those, please.
So what's going on? What's the big controversy right now? Right?
Yeah. So big controversy. So Barbie, Best Picture, Ryan Gosling for Ken, Best Supporting Actor, America Ferrera, Best Supporting Actress. Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie not nominated for Best Actress or Best Director.
Yeah, which I do think that if you have 10 Best Picture nominees, you should have 10 Best Director nominees. That's just me. I think those things should line up with each other. If you're gonna have that, that's just
it extended. It wasn't that many initially, and then they extended it.
Yeah, it was. They usually did 5 at first.
Yeah, I think they extended it back in 2010, I believe.
Yeah, I think
it was the first time they expanded it.
Yeah, but they didn't do it with any of the other categories.
No,
which is a weird thing.
Yeah, so I think they should do that because I think if you have Best Director, like the director is usually kind of one of the main people responsible for being Best Picture. So I do think those things should kind of line up with each other. There. So Barbie did receive 8 nominations. It got 8 Oscar nominations. But you would kind of never think that, by the way, some people are kind of reacting to this news. So you have a lot of kind of crazy reactions. One of them being, I'm going to pull up this one right here. So this was from a person at the LA Times, columnist Mary McNamara, who said that she said, if only Barbie had done a little time as a sex worker or barely survived become the next victim of a mass murder plot. And if you don't know what that means, that's basically she's talking shit about Poor Things and then Killers of the Flower Moon, which is based on a real event, by the way. Or stood accused of shoving Ken out of a dream house top window. And then with that, she's talking about
Anatomy of a Fall.
Anatomy of a Fall. Certainly millions of Barbie fans are currently wishing they could push someone, perhaps a member or two of the Academy, out of a very high window. That's a take. That's pretty fucking psychotic. And I tell you why. Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
Then that just makes you want to have less nominations of that movie. You're like, oh,
I was like,
yeah, and then you can leave.
Okay, we tried to meet you halfway, but y'all had to make this shit too weird. You know what? Best Picture nom for Barbie, gone.
Yeah.
This is why you can't
American
have nice
Ferrera
things.
out of here.
This is why you can't have
Ken,
nice
though. Ken's
things.
fine. We'll keep Ken.
Just for
He
that,
is enough.
you don't get to hear "I'm just Ken" at the Oscars.
Exactly.
No!
It's just kind of fun. And listen, I like Barbie. I think out of you two guys, Barbie was on my best of list. I don't think it was on Nick or Doug's best of list. So I really enjoyed the movie.
It barely squeaked out of my list. There was just too much I saw too late in the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and yeah, it was in my top 5 favorite movies of the year. I think it has a lot going for it. I think there was, you could have just, it could have just been a lame Barbie commercial.
It could have just been everything that the like alt-right pipeline YouTube channels are saying it was.
Yeah. Brandon, did you see Barbie?
Oh yes. I rewatched it recently actually, just to be like, did I like this movie? But yeah, I do like it. I very much enjoy Barbie. I think I liked it a lot more the second time. But yeah, it's still very much a good movie. I'm glad it's gotten as much nominations as it did, honestly, because it seems like one of those movies that would be too cool or too weird for the Oscars sometimes.
I mean, they nominated Poor Things, so
yeah, right.
Yeah, that was
Barbie. I feel like are the weird ones for Oscars this year. Oscars always got to have a weird one. Shout out Shape of Water. But I think this controversy is very weird.
It's dumb. It's like I think a big thing about it is like Margot Robbie is not nominated for an Oscar, where she is an executive producer on Barbie, so she'd probably be accepting the award for it
anyway.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of the reason why it is so. Like, you would think that this movie, somebody tweeted out, like, you would think this movie's not nominated for 8 Oscars. And then they kind of, people talking about it's like act like Ryan Gosling was the only person nominated for their performance in the movie.
Yeah, it's like when America Ferrera is right there.
Right.
Completely skip over her in the movie. And they asking all these different people, like, for instance, they asked Michelle Yeoh, like, her opinion on it.
Why would you ask Michelle Yeoh?
So they said Michelle Yeoh, who won Best Actress last year, who was asked on Today's show about Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie being snubbed in the Oscar nominations, and she said that in this life, joy and disappointment, it seems to go hand in hand.
Yeah, that's the most respectful answer I think you can give.
Yeah. And this was like the top comment reply here. This was very funny. It says, y'all asked the first Asian Best Actress winner about some random white woman who got 8 nominations of their movie. We could have asked about Celine Song, Greta Lee,
KOU, and Charles Melton.
Melton.
Which is another bone to pick I have with these nominations. No nomination for Greta Lee, no nomination for Celine Song for Best Director, and no nomination for Charles Melton.
Yeah. That's also like Past Lives, like I said, favorite movie of the year. I love Past Lives. I mean, I get that how many people probably saw Past Lives? Probably not a lot. I mean, that's also why people are talking about Anatomy of a Fall or Naya.
There's a surprising amount of people who saw it though.
Which Past Lives?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it did fairly well in its theatrical run. I feel like with this deal that A24 signed with I think it was Max.
Yeah, you're right.
That all of their streaming movies are going to come to there. I feel like it's going to find a new audience once it finally drops on there.
Yeah, and also you have a case with Lily Gladstone. She's making history with her performance. She's the first American Indian woman to be nominated for Best Actress. For Killers of the Flower Moon. She probably might win. She's likely the favorite there.
But not the first Native American woman to accept an Oscar on someone else's behalf.
Yeah, that'd be something different there. But the first Native woman they said would have been who was nominated was the woman from Roma. Was the first Native woman that, which was really great. That movie's really great.
Yeah, Roma's good.
If nobody's ever checked that out, but yeah, I mean, what about the focus on Lily Gladstone and her and praising her there?
Give 2 shits.
All about the white lady.
I think it more comes down to the whole connections of that. But no, it does bring up a bad point of going, well, these people didn't get it. And I'm like, what about everybody else? That's just like a bad argument. I don't like whataboutisms anyways. It doesn't even have to come down to race. It's just let's just do the best by best. And if you're gonna make that argument, let's just throw out half of this list and start over.
And I think that was kind of a quote I saw. I think it was from I think it might have been Oprah.
Whoopi? I think it was Whoopi.
Oh, Whoopi Goldberg.
Of course, it's Whoopi Goldberg.
It was Whoopi Goldberg. It was like, yeah, movies are subjective anyway. It was like the Academy. It's like voted on by a board of voters who may or may not actually watch the movies. So it's like all going to be subjective. And a big thing about being a fan of films is like the movies that you love are probably not going to get nominated for like Oscars or anything.
Yeah, and this was, rare Whoopi W here. So she said,
that may be the most based thing she said in a long time.
Yeah, there are no subs. It's like not everybody gets the prize, and it's subjective. It was like, yeah, movies you love are not going to be loved by the people who are voting. It's like the worst movie you probably saw last year or in your lifetime is probably somebody's favorite movie.
Yeah. So Whoopi Goldberg says Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig weren't snubbed by the Oscars because everybody doesn't win and you don't get everything you want to get. There are no subs, she adds. That's what you have to keep in mind. Not everybody gets a prize, and it's subjective. Movies are subjective. The movies you love may not be loved by people who are voting. Yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, like Nick was saying with what she said with her quote, it's like, yeah, you loved it, and that's great. It did get, like I said, 8 nominations. It did get a lot of praise too. It was the highest grossing movie of the year, so it's not like it's some.
Oh, and also it made $1 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah.
You've seen that meme of John Hamm just like, that's what the money is for.
Yeah, that's what I said when we talked about the Golden Globe nomination for cinematic and box office achievement. It's like,
yeah,
I'm not going to go into it. You can check it out on our TikTok and our YouTube shorts.
Yeah. So, were you guys surprised that Margot Robbie wasn't for Best Actress?
I was surprised I was surprised at the 8 nominations. I was surprised on those aspects, especially considering the competition. Special effects or costuming and all that, I was like, no, it's going to get a nomination.
Yeah. So the nominations it had. So it has Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress. It was also nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, which a lot of people are kind of confused of why it's adapted screenplay, but I guess because of Mattel.
It's like based on the toy from Mattel, so that's okay. It's adapted.
Yeah, and then costume design, production design. So
costume and production design, just looking at these frames in Barbie, it's like, yeah, no duh, it was gonna get a nomination there.
Yeah. So it probably will win for costume production design because the look of the movie. I think that's something to praise about it. Best adapted screenplay. Who is else in that category here?
I think American Fiction's in there. Oppenheimer's in there.
Poor Things
is also
Zone of Interest. So probably it's not going to win against these other ones, but it has a good shot against the other categories though. Ryan Gosling for best actor there.
He's not gonna get it.
He's not gonna get
he ain't get it.
It'd be cool.
Motherfucker, you decided to act in the year Robert Downey Jr. did Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah. So he's not gonna get it for that. That's probably gonna be it's gonna Robert Downey Jr. or probably Mark Ruffalo maybe. Is probably gonna get it there. So those are good categories going on. And then Ryan Gosling, he had his opinion on it. They asked him about it. Let me pull up what he had to say. So his words were, there is no Ken without Barbie, and there is no Barbie movie without Greta Gerwig or Margot Robbie. No recognition would be possible without their talent, grit, and genius. To say that I'm disappointed that they are not nominated would be an understatement.
What a Ken move.
Yeah.
Bring in that Kenergy.
That's what he's supposed to say. Doing his job.
Damn right he is, especially once he did the sequel.
Give me that Ken movie.
People would see it. People would see a Ken movie, just Ryan Gosling alone.
It would make so much money.
Just Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Basically all Ken's.
So here's some of the which is touted as being like some of the most notable snubs here. Some of we already went over.
Mhm.
So no Leonardo DiCaprio or Zac Efron for Best Actor.
Mhm. Yeah, Leo, I'm not too upset about. Zac Efron, after seeing the Iron Claw, it was like, shit. It was
Yeah,
probably
he
a
should've
long
been
shot considering how late the Iron Claw came out in the year. But you know, a boy can dream.
Who would you take out?
Ooh, fuck, for Best Actor.
Just say Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah, probably Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Just for the lulls about how much work and effort he made just to try and get an Oscar nomination.
Yeah,
maybe Jeffrey Wright.
Jeffrey Wright.
I mean, I kind of agree, but damn.
I like Jeffrey Wright. Don't get me wrong.
I loved American Fiction.
Yeah.
If I had to redo my top, my best films, yes, American Fiction would probably be like number 6 or number 7.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of where I had it.
So then also you have No TMNT Mutant Mayhem for Best Animated Feature, which we already covered.
Get out of there.
No Greta Lee or Margot Robbie for Best Actress. There. No Charles Melton and William Dafoe and Best. William Dafoe was really great in Poor Things too,
especially under all that makeup.
Yeah, he was really great in that too. Charles Melton. I know a lot of people love May December. I'm not one. I like May December. Okay, but
I liked it.
I liked it.
I liked it fine. It's a movie that I've liked more reading about the real story and rewatching it on a whim a couple times. I started to see why it got nominated for Best Musical or Comedy at the Golden Globes.
Mentioned already. No Rachel McAdams for Best Supporting Actress. No Across the Spider-Verse for Best Original Score.
Pemberton made like 3 new iconic superhero themes with Spider-Gwen, with Miguel O'Hara, with Hobie Brown.
You also
basically just as a gift for the lulls.
The Iron Claw, John Wick 4, and Priscilla got 0 nominations. I mean, John Wick 4, I guess you could have done effects maybe.
Yeah, VFX. I mean, there's an argument that there should be an Oscar category for stunts, and I'm one of those people.
Yeah, there should be. So Priscilla.
But then again, for Oscar nominations for stunt, it's basically just going to be 8711 studios competing against themselves.
Yeah, the whole time.
Priscilla's. It was okay.
I liked Priscilla. I liked the performances by Kaylee Spaney and Jacob Elordi. It's just everything else about the movie I'm not crazy about.
Yeah, and only 2 nominations for Past Lives because it only got Best Picture and Best Original Screenplay. I think the only chance that has the winning is just Best Original Screenplay.
Yeah, I would love for it to win Original Screenplay.
I would love for it to get some love at the Oscars, but it's unlikely.
Yeah.
Because who else is also for Best Original Screenplay? Let me see here. So you have Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Maestro, May December, Past Lives. And thank you, by the way. Thank you for the raid, man. Thank you, Javon. Good for that.
When you bring up the other nominations, Past Lives might have a shot.
Yeah.
I want Past Lives or Holdovers for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's between those 2. Anatomy of a Fall might get it too. Anatomy of a Fall is pretty good.
Shit.
So I think it's between either Past Lives, Holdovers, or Anatomy of a Fall.
See, people, they're trying to keep the Asian Americans down.
So that's I think it's tough. I think that's a good shot maybe if they do that. But yeah, so that's just kind of crazy. I mean, you see some unhinged kind of takes here, and then what really topped it off is the one from Hillary Clinton, which is
God.
Hey, shut your ass up.
Peak white feminism here when you bring in Hillary Clinton. Like, she's the final boss here. Greta and Margot, while it can sting to win the box office but not take home the gold, your millions of fans love you. We're both you are both so much more than Ken enough. Hillary Barbie hashtag there.
And she ruined it.
Yeah.
I can never wear my I am Kenough hoodie ever again.
She killed it there.
Thanks, Hillary.
Yeah, it's like the episode from South Park where how to get them out of Chimpokemon, just let their parents get really into it. And I'm not really interested in it.
You ruined it. You ruined it. It was like I was kind of like rolling my eyes during the 2016 Trump campaign. Now I'm like, lock her up.
Yeah, that's just wild to me.
She
Yeah.
ruined Kennergy.
It's like when Jared Leto hopped on It's Morbin Time. It's like, okay, when he did it, it's like everybody is like, it's not fun no more. So yeah, so that's what we got. So it's gonna be a good night. Oscars are coming on what, March or February? I think
It's March.
I think they
March 10th.
Yeah, they air in March.
Yeah, March 10th there. So we'll be there. Maybe I'll do a show there. Sunday, March 10th. It's coming on there. Do they have a host for it or no? I don't think so.
I think Jimmy Kimmel again.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Kimmel. He's doing it. Yeah. It's like, hey,
Again?
yeah.
I mean, they saw the job Joe Coy did, and he's like, nope.
Yep, we're playing it safe.
We are playing it as safe as possible.
You know what? If and anything, at least that was like a fun, like, whoa.
Right?
It was like a rare thing to see the internet completely united about how terrible it was.
And then he threw his writers under the bus, and they're like, "No, dude, just salvage it. Just ignore what's written."
Yeah.
After that point, I'm like, you know what? I'm going for it. Whatever. I'm just gonna stop reading.
Or take some responsibility. It's like, you bombed. Let it go. It was like, yeah, I took the job on only 10 days notice. It was like, nobody cares.
No, nobody cares.
So that was Oscar nominations.